Green flag is out. We're rolling down into turn number 1. Looks like they're going to go side by side. Spans out about 3 wide. Looks like they're going to make it through cleanly. No one's going to slide out too far wide. Top 3 starting to break away as they come down the hill, heading towards the last corner. Lap number 1 is about to be in the books as they swing out really wide coming across the line.
Tire strategy is going to matter, even all the way down to the little classes here, like the micro divisions. Tires do make a small difference here, even in the slower and smaller karts. And so with these guys having to make them last, as long as it is, we see Toniolo, wheel-to-wheel Palacio. They'll go side by side over to turn 9, and Palacio through. But as you mentioned here, the tires, they've got to make them last. These are extremely long heat races for what they are. They're not even halfway in yet here, battling a little bit, and that side-by-side pass attempt by Toniolo has now given Keelan Harvick a nice lead, and as he goes side-by-side again, we'll see if he can at least get through. He's obviously thinking he needs to get by Palacio, and finally Palacio will give away Keelan Harvick's lead now over a second.
For both Palacio and Toniolo, and we're going to be coming up on 4 laps to go. Plenty of time to make any moves in this top 3 as it's starting to tension back up. Across the line now, ducking on the inside is going to be Toniolo onto Harvick. Side by side, door to door, takes the spot away from him. Harvick goes back to second, Toniolo up to first. Now here comes Harvick and Palacio. They both get around.
Palacio only 7 years old, and Augustus Toniolo, I believe, turned either 9 or 10 earlier this year. So he's got a lot more experience. He'll use that, and he's a lot more confident as he goes through to second. You can tell, much happier to lead. Augustus Toniolo, the Brazilian wonder, is 2 kart lengths away from Keelan Harvick. Double sticks in the air this time, Caleb.
Absolutely. They're now starting to push each other. You can see it when he got around coming out of the inner hairpin. They're now nose to tail coming down the line. 2 laps to go. They're going to really have to work together for this second to last lap, and especially in the last lap, but it looks like Palacio is going to send it on Toniolo. He is going to get around. It is now going to be nose to tail for that second spot. That gap opens up back to Harvick every single time. Last time around, up to almost a half a second. I wouldn't be surprised if that closes back down once more. I think they may have started to figure it back out as they come out of the bull once more. Gap starts to close. They still going nose to tail right here in this corner. The corner number 4 is when they really start to close the gap. Now back up to half a kart length, making the way back down into the inner hairpin once more. Let's see if they're going to pass. They're not. They're going to stay nose to tail, and it looks like he's going to suck up to the back bumper. That is Palacio on Toniolo. Going to give him a little bit of a bump. I think this last lap is going to be a good one. Why don't you bring him home?
Here we go. Keelan Harvick here. 3 kart lengths out in front. It was a lot bigger at the end of the backstretch, but the toe is so massive here in the micro cars, it's brought them all back together. White flag in the air. Here comes Palacio. He's close by turn 1. We'll get to the bumper, but he was not close enough to dive it. They'll climb the hill. Here he goes, looking inside turn 3. He's through. Lucas Palacio, your leader down the backstretch. Harvick tucks in line. Here they come to 4, and Palacio is comfortably in front. Caleb, half a lap remains.
And it's going to be Palacio out in front, but Toniolo is looking. Trying to go around the outside, coming up into turn number 4 through that little chicane. Gets a great run, looks like it boggled down the rest of the field. That was Palacio coming out of turn 4. Now down to the inner hairpin. Down to the inside comes Harvick. Harvick still door to door. Going to try to push out Palacio. Palacio goes back, and here comes Toniolo from 3rd, all the way up to 4th, but it's still not done.
Augustus Toniolo, what a crossover move. Harvick was having to use the muscle to get clear. Will he go to the inside? Here comes Harvick. Final turn. He's through. Keelan Harvick, last turn, wins heat 1.
That was a fantastic finish for your top 3. Harvick, Toniolo, and Palacio finished 1, 2, 3.
Unbelievable stuff here for the first heat in the micro drivers. It's going to be a super interesting show. Here we go. Augustus Toniolo, Keelan Harvick are bringing the field together down the front straightaway. They're going to get onto the power. We're green down to turn number 1, and a big jump for the outside lane. Keelan Harvick will lead them, and Lucas Palacio with them around the outside. They'll both get by Toniolo as they climb the hill. Over the runoff, all of your micros make it through cleanly, and we are up and racing as Benja Fernandez was the Kart Republic on the curb. You see him getting swarmed through the middle right now. He's going to lose a number of positions as they work their way over to turn number 4.
As they're now making the way over into the chicane for the first part, you can see that concrete just gripping up the karts. They have a little bit of extra G-force as they come through it, now making the way through the double left-hander into the hairpin. This is going to be interesting. The first time they've ever raced on this layout. Drivers are going to try to attempt to see who can try to maybe send it a little bit early, or how later you have to do when you pass that, make the way back onto the main stretch.
Going to be super interesting to watch here. The first driver's coming across the line right now. Lap number 1 complete. Keelan Harvick, your leader. Augustus Toniolo, again, he got shuffled back down to third. That was actually not Lucas Palacio that got by. That was one of the many Kart Republic drivers here in the field racing this weekend in the micro class, although he will go by. One of them right there goes into second. So Augustus Toniolo up the order. P2 here for Toniolo, your pole sitter, and right back to the bumper of Keelan Harvick. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to want to work with him, knowing how quickly Keelan dropped him off by jumping the start. That was Faithan Saradpun, actually, the KT Racing Team driver, the number 85, that got to second for a moment. Palacio is back there in the fourth spot. And as they go down to turn number 1, Toniolo hooked up to Harvick. He'll try and push him away as they climb the hill on this shorter course here at Gopher Motorplex. Only run for today. Heat number 2, heat number 3. The MG Tires X30 Shootout presented by Nitro Motorsports will run back, I believe, on the standard track. As there we go, changing the lead. Toniolo right there, right quick and away. The Rollison Performance Group Micro Swift driver now commands the field, and look at that. He is popping the curbs while the drivers are not behind him. Toniolo had to go under pressure that time here. Harvick was closer than he had been the whole time, and now he's going to look at that chicane coming out of 4. First pass made there. Keelan Harvick is the one to break through the barrier, so we are going to see some passes coming out of turn 4 as they swung out wide. Harvick, your new leader. Toniolo second. Palacio is still there in third. Again, these 3 drivers, they are the first kids out on the racetrack to really try out the layout. No one's gotten to run it before. They don't even know where they could pass. They're learning on the fly. Super cool to watch here and super exciting racing. A 3-driver battle, 3 laps to go here.
You can see drivers now trying to learn the curbing of the track. Going out of turn 2, they're very comfortable with that section of the track. They've already ran that multiple times. Between there and turn 4, it's the same as yesterday. Through that double left-hander, and now we're watching Palacio on the back bumper of Toniolo. Dives it down on the inside. No, I got that messed up.
That was Keelan Harvick there. He just lost the lead back over in turn number 4. Toniolo, your leader, bound by 4 kart lengths here with 2 laps to go. He's going to have to be really perfect here. Lucas Palacio's cut the gap down. I just don't think it's going to be enough. 2 kart lengths back, headed into the final couple corners. Toniolo with a quick look back. He'll run the normal line. Knows he doesn't have to worry about pressure from behind. And Augustus Toniolo takes the first checkered flag here on Saturday. He'll win heat number 2 in the Micro Swifts with Palacio and Harvick behind him. Here comes the rest of the field. Couple drivers making some changes through on out. Benja Fernandez rebounded from his poor start to 4th. And Ben Abernathy just crossed the line behind him. They're second in that pack. Made up 9 positions to drive into the top 5. If you want to give us support, you can always check us out online, www.shopkartchaser.com. Check out the merchandise and help us put on more great races like this online as we are green this time by. And down to turn number 1, Augustus Toniolo will get away with a nice hole shot. We've got 1 driver way wide, maybe 2, having to use the cut-through on the access road there out of turn number 2. But down the backstretch for the first time, it is Toniolo under pressure from Lucas Palacio. Right there in the 3rd spot is going to be one of the Tovo brothers, trying to identify if we've got Jack or Ethan. I think that's Ethan Tovo.
I think it is Ethan.
Ethan Tovo. Nice run here to move up into 3rd. Keelan Harvick is 4th as they work their way into the infield hairpin. Again, great run for Augustus Toniolo so far here on Saturday. He's looking really pretty right now if he can continue to lead laps and come away with another heat race victory. He sweeps the heat races today. He had a good run yesterday. Now he's under fire. Lucas Palacio, your new leader down the back straightaway. Great move up the hill to turn number 3. That turn 2, turn 3 section, it's a much better passing zone, it seems like, because they're carrying less speed out of turn number 1. And the slower way up the hill to turn 3 seems to open the door to passing almost more than the normal direction.
And onto the main straightaway down the backstretch as we see, I believe that is Tovo coming up on the back bumper. Palacio into turn 4. And they're going to get right by, take the lead, new leader change, and now this 3-kart battle, as you can see in P4 of Harvick, slowly starting to close in onto the back bumper of Tovo.
Good job there for Augustus Toniolo to reclaim the lead in turn number 4, just where 1 corner and 1 lap removed where he lost it a moment ago. 4 laps to go this time, and Harvick also got by. Look at Keelan Harvick. He popped the curbing hard coming onto the front straightaway, got sent onto the grass with all the momentum. Now he's got dirty tires for the next half lap to lap, and he's already outside the drafting window. He sent it to get through into 3rd. Unfortunately, the overtake not paying off.
Look for him to look on the high side, trying for a crossover move. It looks like Toniolo is going to defend. Palacio now tries for a crossover through the chicane.
Not able to get it done over to turn number 7. Palacio still right there. Toniolo's just got 1, maybe 2 passing zones to cover off. He'll go to the inside into 8. Palacio will go to the outside. Won't be able to cross him up and into the chicane for the final time. Augustus Toniolo wins heat 3.
Yeah, puts on a great show.
We're going to go down here to the start-finish line because they are all lined up. Augustus, Toniolo, Keelan Harvick here are your front row. They are into the tram lines. Our first race of the morning is green down to turn number 1. Good jump. And Harvick from the outside lane caught him sleeping. He'll lead them up the hill to turn number 3. Everyone's going to make it through, and right off the bat here, the number 62 Hunt Brothers Pizza Machine leads them down the back straightaway. Toniolo is second. We got some smells of clutches coming by us here. It seems like they were really slow, and a couple of kids might have burned them up coming to the green, but nonetheless, they're clean through turn number 4. Harvick the leader. Toniolo is in second. Right behind him, it looks like Benham Abernathy on the outside lane has slipped into third. Lucas Palacio is there in fourth in the comp cart. And as they go down to turn 8 here on the hairpin, here comes Palacio. He'll look for a move for P3 on Abernathy, and he's going to get on by, and he'll bring Ethan Tovo with him as well. Lap 1 completed this time. Already a bit of a breakaway, Austin. You talked about it, right? If you're in Augustus Toniolo's position here, you're watching the gap behind you as much as you are the gap in front of you if you can keep your nerves in check, because if he pushes Harvick a little bit more, gets out of that drafting window, it's no longer a 15-car race, it's a 2-car race. 13 laps to go. Keelan Harvick, Augustus Toniolo, and just like that, Lucas Palacio is locked in. But Ethan Tovo, he is a little bit too far back. He's going to need some passing up in the front. As you know, Austin, here, whenever they pass, drops them about 2 or 3 tenths at minimum in a single corner when they shuffle. And here they go. Toniolo to the lead in turn number 4.
He didn't want to follow Keelan that long, I guess. He felt like he had a faster cart, and we'll see how Lucas Palacio responds to that, see if he can take that second spot as well.
Yeah, Lucas Palacio closing in here. He's been quicker than the 2 leaders that time. That's a little bit deceiving, of course, because he has been in the tow. And look at that.
Keelan didn't want to get past. He wanted it right back.
No, not at all.
He wants to lead this thing.
Now, in Keelan's defense, yesterday, Toniolo got to the lead and then kept a cushion back to these guys on the alternate track layout. They could never catch him, so no surprise. Harvick's being told probably and coached a little bit, hey, Keelan, that kid, if he gets out in front, he might walk away. So shuffle him. Maybe he gets past for second. Maybe you get a gap, you get a little lucky, and you can get away with it. Or
right now, trying to hope they battle some more as you see another pass for the lead.
Yeah, Toniolo back on by, the Brazilian wonder, Augustus Toniolo.
Defend right now, because you know the move's coming because it happened last lap. So.
And there he goes again, and Palacio going to try and follow. He's through. The 7-year-old Lucas Palacio calls North Carolina home just like Harvick. He's up to second, and look at that. You're kidding fourth there. Ethan Tovo, he is now in the pack. With all this shuffling, they've backed themselves up to P4. And Palacio, what a move, final corner. Lucas Palacio leads the pre-final now.
That was a great lunge. Good run out of the double right to get the draft and put the lunge in the last corner. But like I said, Keelan does not want to run second here. He wants to lead this thing.
He wants to get out in front, man. Keelan Harvick will not be denied. Went by back in turn number 1 again. Now Palacio here, I think maybe a year is younger to Harvick. As they go down the backstretch to turn 4, he'll push him this time. You're like, all right, fine, you want to lead. Let's see if we work better with me and you in order. This is the first time they're going to be hooked up as Toniolo is back in third, the furthest back he's been this pre-final. And they're all nose to tail.
Play big dividends for him, and maybe he's saving that move for later in the race to where he can see, you don't take the move, you fall back to third. That's the trouble with keeping that spot and saving that move in your back pocket, because now he's got a track position deficit to make up. So I think he's going to be regretting not making that pass 3 laps in a row. I never liked anyone waving at me from the fence line when I was driving go-karts or Legends cars. I always felt like you're always a little bit distracted. It's big lunge for the lead there. I don't think Keelan was expecting that.
He definitely was not.
Definitely brought Palacio into the picture now, though, so this is going to be a dogfight for the last 7 laps.
Yeah, you saw Keelan Harvick get a little bit sideways, a little wiggle there going into turn number 8. These karts are rear brake only. The brakes are only on the rear 2 tires. So when you lock the brakes up, it's not like a car where it'll stop instantly on all 4. It's going to kick that back end sideways.
Palacio's been a loyal pusher. I expect him to stay with Harvick here. I think they're both going to get by Toniolo.
There they go. Perfectly called there, Austin, all the way right on back. Big time tow there, and now they've pushed the Brazilian back into third. Palacio in the middle in second. He hasn't led all too much. Got 1 lap led for a short moment over Harvick. Right now he's a kart length back. He's not going as wide out of turn 6. Seems to struggle with drive out of there, but he looks, like you said, really good down the back straightaway. Definitely got some good drive and a great drive there out of turn number 8. But right now we've got 4 laps to go. It's coming down to it. Palacio, Toniolo, Harvick. Here he comes.
Turn 1.
Oh, man, Harvick tried to hang it tough on him. He tucks in. He'll lock into second. So Lucas Palacio, 7 years old, leads the way down the backstretch here in the micro slift class. Harvick's going to have a big run coming to 4. Can he get there? Not this time.
I think Toniolo's excited about running third for much longer here, so I think you're going to see a lunge soon.
No, it's tough to win a race from P3 on the final lap. Here comes Harvick. New leader. Keelan Harvick is back to it. Palacio crossover. Unfortunately, that's going to put him on the outside for turn 9. Harvick will hang him out to dry, but somehow Toniolo, he just didn't get a good drive out of the hairpin. Well, let's see it. 2 to go here coming. Here comes Palacio. He saw the sign, knows it's go time. There he goes, and the kid to the front. Lucas Palacio now leads. Now, will we see him cover the inside down the back? Oh, look at Harvick. He almost went for it.
Yeah,
that turn 3 is a tough passing zone.
You can't.
Here they come to the hairpin.
The lunge is coming.
Oh, yeah. Here he goes. Inside. Keelan Harvick.
Hard on the brake. Ooh, good
Overshot
crossover.
It. Here comes Palacio. He'll get back clear. Yes. Good move by Lucas Palacio. Back to the lead out of 9. Coming to the white flag this time. Here comes Harvick. Can he go in the final turn? He's sinking, trying it.
Good lunge.
Oh, what a move there. Keelan Harvick, you called it. Good lunge for him. Here comes Toniolo. And Palacio to the outside. Can he stick it deep on the outside? I don't think so. He's not got the momentum. Toniolo to second. So now Toniolo's got a shot here. He's in a good spot. Final lap, Austin.
He's going to give a big draft here to Toniolo here. It's going to be hard to defend for Keelan.
It looks like he's already got a nose.
Oh,
Keelan
dropped it all the way down to the bottom.
Yeah, I thought Toniolo. We both did. It looked like he might have had a nose. Harvick covered it. Now into 5. He'll still go low there. And he's got 2 major passing zones coming up. That infield turn 8, the final turn. Here they go into 8.
Keelan knows he's got to defend here.
Let's see. He took a look back. Toniolo's defending. All of them onto the bottom. Nobody able to get by. Good driving from Harvick. Final time to 9. Oh, look at Palacio. He's trying. What a move attempt in 9. Can he get it done? Oh, not so much. But that's going to give it. Harvick's got a nice gap. Up the hill. Final time. Pre-final. The Hunt Brothers Pizza Nitro Kart of Keelan Harvick will win the pre-final in Micro Swift.
God, this is so much fun to watch.
Oh, man.
I mean,
so
it's
cool.
like 15 full laps of racing.
Learning and how we race here.
Yeah.
So,
for these kids, it shouldn't be about the rules. Just be about what goes on track. So.
Yeah, should be about having fun here. Let's see. Let's have some fun. Here we go, down the front stretch. Again, Harvick, big jump. We'll get the green, though. Oh, man, that outside lane. Both drivers get clear. Harvick and Ethan Tovo from P4 able to go to second as they go up the hill, and they'll head down the back straightaway, man. A lot of clutch smell down. They were so slow coming across the line. Me and Austin could smell it here in the booth, but into turn number 4. First time. Can Toniolo get there for second? No, sir. Keelan Harvick leads your way to the infield for the first lap.
It seemed like those two guys on the outside row with Keelan and Tovo were really locked together. I don't even know if Keelan could have slowed that down any more than what it was. So interested to see how that plays out. But those two seem to have a pretty decent advantage to start this race now.
Now Lucas Palacio trying to make a pass there for 4th. I believe that might be on Benham Abernathy in the number 7. That had gotten through on him. Back and forth they go, and that's actually going to be on Jackson Tovo. He's getting by. So just got by the number 31 of Jackson Tovo. Lucas Palacio back to P4. We go through your leaders here coming around the final turn. Your leader is Keelan Harvick, but he's under pressure. Ethan Tovo side by side for the lead. The Tovo brother, the younger one, I believe, in Ethan, down in turn 1. He'll get through.
Yeah. In the pre-final, Keelan did not want to run behind anybody. He wanted to lead the race, lead the whole thing. So be interested to see what his patience level will be as they're approaching the bowl. It seems like they're staying single file. Got 19 laps of racing, so hopefully I think those guys are looking to stretch out a bit of an advantage in trying.
Down through the final turn, there's Palacio. Nice pass for 3rd for the comp cart driver. He'll move up another spot. So Toniolo back to 4th. Jackson Tovo, quick time. And Ethan Tovo, his brother, leading the way with Keelan Harvick. Little gap there, and now again, pass for 3rd. Did he get it there through turn number 3? I think Toniolo's still side by side with him. Let's catch him into the bowl here this time. Ethan Tovo leads. Keelan Harvick was just at the corner of the screen. Toniolo did not get it. Now he's under fire for 4th. He'll fend him off through 5, but that battle right there, that's going to bring them out of the drafting window probably, or at least right on the edge. It's about 5 kart lengths from Lucas Palacio to Keelan Harvick at the moment.
And you saw Keelan look behind him, and he saw that big gap, and I think he's the one to push himself and Ethan Tovo away from these guys, because it's definitely going to make his life certainly easier later in the running here.
Again, you talked about it, Austin, here in the X30 Pro class we called just before the lunch break, how that, it could be as much as 2 or 3 tenths getting a good tow in the X30 class lap time wise. Well, again, these guys, they are 1/3 of the horsepower on smaller karts, so that makes an even bigger difference for them, that tow. And
yeah, at this rate, I see him getting there in the next 2 or 3 laps, so it'll be interesting to see what Keelan's strategy is with that, and obviously as well as Ethan, how they're going to respond. Those guys know that that's going to be coming, and who wants to maintain control of the race, and how that plays out is pretty important. See, Keelan sees it coming. He doesn't want to be behind anybody.
No, he tried it there. He's like, hey, hand in the air, let's go. Tapped his helmet. Toniolo there takes advantage of Tovo's loss of momentum. Here comes Palacio, and it's just like blood in the water almost with sharks, you know, when there's a big line of go-karts, everyone's happy riding in line, and then all of a sudden the leader gets passed, and everyone behind the leader throwing on back is like, oh, that's a slow guy. I got to pass him too. So you got to fight almost back momentum and like a mentality thing because, again, when Harvick goes by, then Toniolo went by, Palacio tried to go. Now Toniolo is going for the lead, and he'll get it. Good move by Augustus Toniolo. So Keelan Harvick now back to second again, and the Brazilian Wonder here leads the way. Harvick second. Tovo hung on to third there. And also a lap ago, just on your screen, you saw the number 85 Kart Republic turned around. That was Faith and Saradpun. Unfortunate for him, he got spun. He is now at the end of the line. You've seen it where they get together. We talked to him on the grid. He doesn't want to wreck his brother. He just wants to race him, both of them. And there goes Toniolo back to the lead, man. You can't even take a second to lose focus because you never know. It's going to change.
The lead changes per lap is going to start picking up here. We still have 12 laps to go, and like I said, the Tovo brothers definitely have to start working together to get themselves back into this fight for the win. It'll be interesting to see how well they work together and push each other, or if they don't push each other. I know I probably wouldn't end up pushing my brother, so I wouldn't put shame on him. But here you go, Keelan back to the inside in turn one. I think he wants to maintain the lead here. I think he did a great job in the pre-final of really maintaining what to do with the lead of the last lap and making the right decisions and being proactive. So it's interested to see how he's going to be able to position himself up there again.
Yeah, let's see it. They're out of turn number 4 here. They work their way to the infield section. Harvick, Toniolo, Palacio. That shuffle still keeps the brothers close, but it looks like Jackson Tovo got a little bit sideways that time coming through the infield. Toniolo again right back on them there. Neither one wants to let the other one in front because I think really both of them, Palacio I think has had the speed to probably run just as fast as these top two, but he hasn't challenged for the lead and the win nearly as much. I mean, these are the only two guys who have won all 3 heat races in the pre-final. So they both know if one of them gets away and then the other one in second gets passed for third, that might be it. Both of them, they're not just trying to stay in the lead, they're trying to get the other guy to go backwards. And Toniolo there, he's even throwing a block now into one, and there it is right there. You stay in second too long, you don't get the opportunity to go forward. Palacio up to P2. Cloud cover. This is like the first time all weekend the sun has not really been shining. We mentioned that there's a small chance of rain coming later this afternoon. We'll keep our eye on that. The wind's died back down, though. We're still dry, and we got another change for the lead. Palacio is through. Ooh. Harvick, that was a little elbow grease he threw at him. Toniolo's back to 4th.
How quickly things can change from the lead to 4th in one corner.
And now he's about to go to 5th there. Jackson Tovo able to get by, or Ethan Tovo able to get by. Jackson tried to. Toniolo back on him, fending him off, and now he's got a little bit of ground to make up as Lucas Palacio leads the way through turn number 6.
What do you think? We're going to see a lunge here?
I don't know, man. Keelan.
The bumper.
Little contact from Keelan Harvick there. He's got to
get back down to the inside here.
Yeah, he's opening it up. All right, Ethan Tovo, let him back in. Playing nice so far. Toniolo's a little further back. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to tell. I mean, you think one guy's got one strategy based on how he drives for one lap, and then they're kids. They might just change their minds, drive the next way another lap.
Didn't give up on the lunge that time.
Yeah, that time he went. You're right. Through the final corner. Harvick is through. Tovo is through. Palacio all the way to the bumper. There goes Toniolo on by in turn 1. He's into 3rd. Palacio back to 4th. Keelan Harvick now with the biggest lead and the biggest gap back to the main rival this week for him, Augustus Toniolo. Look at Jackson Tovo.
These guys still racing is really helping these leaders pull away here with 8 laps to go. So.
Big time, man.
Big
13 complete. Keelan Harvick the leader. Again, Ethan Tovo is second. Augustus Toniolo is third. Look at that. The hand signal there coming down. Oh, he was trying to tell them to work together. Tovo didn't want to do that.
Tovo wants to win the race, man.
No thanks, man. I don't want to finish second.
And Tovo says, hey, push me now.
This isn't Talladega Nights. There's no Cal Jr. to Ricky Bobby out here. Everybody's going for the win. They want to be number 1. So down the back, the new order. Ethan Tovo, the leader. Keelan Harvick second. And 1 pass. That's all it took. Toniolo's back in it. Palacio's back in it. Jackson Tovo, he's a little ways back, but they keep racing. 2 more passes, maybe 3. He's there again, and we got 5 drivers.
Yeah, still got 7 laps here. So interesting to see how this plays out. These guys are all going to fight really hard to be in second place here, I feel like.
Yeah, and there goes Toniolo on Harvick. So Harvick now the furthest back he's been this race. Into 4th. Toniolo second. Palacio third. Again, Ethan Tovo leading laps here. He spent a lot of laps learning at this racetrack. Drives for one of the teams based here in North Carolina in Nitro Motors, or Team Nitro Kart. And as they come out of the final turn, 6 to go. Ethan Tovo, your leader here again. 4-driver pack. Look at Toniolo. He's trying. They might freight train him in 1. Palacio. Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Oh, man, more contact. Look at the lead for Toniolo. Harvick trying to go around the outside. Great move by Keelan Harvick. He'll get into second. And Augustus Toniolo with a big lead now. Half a second back to Harvick. Ethan Tovo and Palacio is trying to hang it tough there. Paid the price, Austin. I mean, you know it here. You're trying to gauge the laps to go, and it's a risk versus reward type deal. He fought the pass. He had a reward potentially of losing with less one spot. The risk, he loses more time and more positions. He ended up losing a whole lot more.
Yeah, that's
in karting, the way the blocking rule works, you can go all the way to the bottom. You can't go back up and open up for the corner. And there we go. Harvick just went by as he ran the normal line. But all these kids got to be careful. If they go down to cover off the inside, they cannot move back up when they get in the braking zone. That's considered potentially a penalty. It's still up to the stewards, but something they got to keep in mind coming to these final laps. 4 to go. Keelan Harvick, your leader, down the back. 3 drivers. Final lap here at GoPro Motorplex.
big block.
Big block there from Harvick. Toniolo tucks in line up the hill. Does he go into 3? No, Harvick covers that as well. Watch the crossover. Can Harvick get to the grass?
Hard to defend this one here.
He's going to have to get real low. You're right. Look at him all the way on the inside. White lining it. Toniolo trying the outside. Crossover. Still single file into 5.
Yeah, turn 5 has been Keelan's worst corner so far in this event, so he's gonna have to do his best corner through here and not be defenseless going into this hairpin.
Let's see it down to the inside into turn number 8. Looking all around, trying to block it. Toniolo on him, moves the bumper. Palacio, crossover. He's got the momentum. Palacio to second.
He's got to get a really good run here through the double right, hardest corner on the racetrack. He's right on his back bumper. He's going to have to throw a big defense going into the final corner here.
Harvick took a look back. He knows it. He goes to the bottom. Palacio opens up. He got tripped up off the bumper. Keelan Harvick at the line will win the IAME Grand National Championship.
That was an awesome race. I love that class.
Man,
I love that class.
So much fun. What an awesome job. Keelan Harvick in the Hunt Brothers Pizza sponsored Nitro Kart wins the Hunt Brothers sponsored IAME USA Grand National Championship main event in Microswift. 1 done. We still got 6 more mains to go. What an unbelievable job. Let's go through the rest of the order here, Austin. Again, Lucas Palacio, super impressive. The kid's 7 years old, North Carolina home, gets onto the podium. That's super cool. He'll get a lot of prizes. So will Augustus Toniolo with a great run as well. Jackson Tovo, Ethan Tovo, your top 5. Benja Fernandez, Benham Abernathy, Kai Mars, Royce Vega, Parker Ives, couple spots up, rounded the top 10. Then it was Bowen Green, Luke Giglio, Sebastian Rice. Unfortunate for Faith and Sarad, putting the only driver to DNF just behind Salomon Paraguay. Man, like you said, man, so much fun passing every lap. I mean, there was no getting in, strategy waiting. They were going every single lap. The strategy had to change, and Harvick, he adapted greatly, was able to hang on.